Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the Expanse, specifically the Rocinante crew killing a wildly dangerous creature, a protomolecule hybrid. You should check out previous episodes, but for a quick recap, humanity is a multiplanetary species with three major factions. Culturally and technologically stagnant but powerful Earth, technologically and militarily advanced but few in number Mars, and the anarchic frontiersmen of the Belt. These factions are currently fighting over an alien bioweapon, the protomolecule. An Earth-based corporation, Protogen, has deliberately caused infections of protomolecule, killing hundreds of thousands of Belters, and begun modifying the technology in order to build transhuman warriors. The Rocinante is a salvaged, highly advanced Martian frigate that is crewed by a ragtag group of survivors of protomolecule incidents. While hunting down Protogen and their creators on the moon of Ganymede, the crew of the Rocinante saved a bunch of refugees and unfortunately picked up a stowaway. Let's take it from there.
Looks like they're gonna be doing a little braking maneuver so that two of them will link up a bit sooner. So some nabos are gonna get there with air to spare.
You want a hell of a pilot.
Well, thank you.
They're engaging over Ganymede again.
How's the Rosie?
I'm not gonna lie. Lower decks took a lot of shrapnel from that torpedo and multiple punctures astern, but she's a tough girl. Little TLC and she'll be right as rain. You up for a little patchwork?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Oh, it's been vented. All right, let's take a look-see. Damn, the pressure door is completely inoperative. That is a hell of a lot of shrapnel damage.
What the fuck is that?
Shit. Hold it! It's in the cargo bay! That's the thing we were chasing. Son of a bitch, it must have hitched a ride when we had it cornered in the ag dome. How the hell did it ever hang on?
Doesn't matter. This time we don't have a choice. We have to kill it.
We don't have to go into this blind. The data core's starting to decrypt. Let's just take some time, try and figure out what we're actually dealing with here. It's not doing anything dangerous.
And we're not gonna give it a chance to. The thing is a living weapon. It's a killing machine.
It's not a machine.
It's not human.
It clearly was once.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna talk to
No,
him.
you're not. We're gonna shoot it, and we're gonna keep on shooting it. And if that doesn't kill it, we're gonna force it out the way it came in. All we have to do is make sure it gets onto the hull so Alex can roll the ship and dump it into the drive plume.
Hold it.
Rax, we gotta burn that thing down to its fucking atoms.
Is there a plan B?
Yeah, make sure plan A works.
Upper deck looks clear. Where the hell is that thing? I don't see it. Me neither. Naomi?
We just lost sight of it behind a container near a bulkhead on the lower deck aft. There's no good camera on that position. Keep moving to your left. It has to be down there. We would have seen it if it moved.
Oh shit. What? Amos right flank, I'll go left. Set up a crossfire and force it out the hole in the door. Roger that. What the hell is that thing doing? I don't know. It looks like it's
Scratching itself.
It has some kind of tech implanted in its chest.
Oh shit!
What the fuck was that? Holden, Amos, what the hell is going on?
Captain Trouble!
That thing fitted into the wall of the cargo container! I can't disengage the maglock!
Amos, open that panel. We have to override the lock.
I'm on it!
Amos! Fall back! Amos, you're losing air. You need to get out of here now. Get out of here! You're no good to anyone dead! Backing off!
Maybe it no longer considers you a threat.
It's not some dumb animal. The device it tore out of its chest was a failsafe regulator, some kind of command and control module.
Control module, my ass. That was an incendiary device, you understand? A bomb probably designed to destroy that thing in case it got out of control. All right? And I wish we had known about that thing inside it before it ripped it out of its
It was
chest.
smart enough to get rid of it. Clearly it's intelligent.
Oh, is that why you
We
didn't?
can speculate about its intelligence after we get it out of this ship.
We were hurting that thing for sure. Hey guys! Are you seeing this?
It's digging into the bulkhead. Why? Shit! The proto molecule feeds on radiation. That thing's trying to get to the reactor.
If it punctures the chamber!
We're more or less fucked.
The Weeping Somnambulist is on a rendezvous with relief ships, and considering the shrapnel damage they endured on Ganymede, it's probably best they rendezvous with the convoy sooner than later. Alex, a talented Martian pilot, coordinates that meeting to make sure the refugees are safe, something Naomi, the Rossi's crew chief, is grateful for. Doing an inventory of the ship's systems for repair, the cameras reveal the stowaway, a protomolecule hybrid. Protogen is headed by Jules-Pierre Mao, and they discovered an alien bioweapon on Phoebe Station. It was clear that when this alien material interacted with organic life, it hijacked the target for its own ends. An intentional quarantine break on Phoebe Station resulted in infected scientists becoming possessed and liquidating in a volatile way, but it was clear the protomolecule was attempting to build something. It just needed more material. Dresden, a mad scientist in Protogen's employ, had a vicious but efficient idea. Deliberately infect Aero Station, home to hundreds of thousands of belters, and monitor the construction of the protomolecule so that it could be destroyed if it got out of control. The Rocinante crew were aboard the station during the infection and worked with the Outer Planets Alliance to destroy Eros by ultimately driving it into the planet of Venus. Since that setback, Protogen has pushed forward with its research of protomolecule by rewriting it at a genetic level to create transhuman warriors. Protomolecule hybrids are more than 9 feet tall, lightning fast, with vicious talons, and incredible resilience. They operate off of a feral survival instinct with only a few purposes. That is to consume radiation, infect organic matter, and take out threats to their continued existence. An implant at the base of the hybrid's brain can receive command directives and guide the creature's will. Protogen used these commands to unleash the hybrid on UNN and Martian Marines on Ganymede as a part of a controlled experiment. The hybrid successfully engaged both sides, endured small arms fire, and slaughtered a dozen Marines without effort. When the hybrid stopped obeying commands, Protogen activated a failsafe mechanism in its chest, detonating the creature and covering up the incidents. Only one survivor, Gunnery Sergeant Bobby Draper, was a witness to the attack, and her memories could be written off as a psychotic break due to the loss of her fire team. Prax is a survivor of the Battle of Ganymede, whose daughter May went missing. He returned to the moon with the Rocinante crew to act as their guide. His daughter was chosen for protomolecule experimentation, and he fears that she has been kidnapped and either turned into a hybrid by Protogen or killed. For that reason, he wishes to try to communicate with the creature, knowing that it is likely to be either his child or the byproduct of another scared child. Holden, Amos, and the entire Rocinante crew are sympathetic to his loyalty to his daughter, but not to his idealistic attempts to communicate with the hybrid. They were all witness to the infection on Eros, and while it is not depicted visually, protomolecule uses human pukers to spread itself. Touch or liquid exposure to protomolecule causes infection, and infected organic beings will try to infect additional beings. They do so by pursuing and vomiting onto their targets, who in turn become infected. Once sufficient mass is gained, the organic material congeals into a single substance around a radiation source and grows until it can complete the work. What the work is, no one really knows, but for the Rocinante crew, they're not in a rush to find out. Holden and Amos descend into the cargo hold to flush the creature out of their ship. Hopefully they can kill it with 6.25mm caseless Martian assault rifle ammo or 12-gauge shotgun rounds. The hybrid is able to sense the control module in its chest that has an explosive in it, and it ejects it while clawing it out with its talons. It flings the grenade out of the ship, which promptly detonates after being tampered with. Holden and Amos open fire, which does shred the creature, but it's not enough to kill it. Because the hybrid feeds on radiation, it is able to absorb the ambient radiation and heal its chest and head wounds quickly. After it recovers, it picks up a cargo container maglocked to the floor and flings it across the room, maglocking it to the wall. The main problem is that it crushed Holden's leg and pinned him to it. Amos then tries to free the captain, but is leaking air and is forced to retreat. The hybrid seems to be closing in for the kill, but Holden has been eliminated as a threat, so instead of finishing the job, the creature's desire to feed overwhelms it. It returns to the bulkhead and tries to rip access into the reactor. If it does gain access, it will leak radiation out of the puncture into the ship, blowing a powerful and potentially catastrophic hole. If they shut down the reactor, then the hybrid will still feed on the reactor mass, and the Rocinante crew will be shut down, drifting in the void, in the midst of a hot war, with one of the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy on board. Either way, this cannot be allowed to happen. Amos comes up with a plan, and Prax and Naomi with an alternate. There's also a time sensitivity because potassium is slowly leaking into Holden's bloodstream from his broken leg, and if he's left without medical attention for a prolonged period, that potassium toxicity will lead to bioelectric issues, ultimately resulting in cardiac arrest. Amos argues they can seal and overpressurize the adjacent rooms to the cargo hold. If the hybrid gets to the reactor, he can open the cargo door and use the atmospheric pressure to blast it and whatever's in the bay out of the hole in the side of the ship. The problem is that with this explosive decompression, it will kill Holden and likely eject his corpse unceremoniously into the void. While the crew is looking for equipment and solutions to their stowaway problem that are a little bit less lethal to their captain, Prax notices the way that plants are growing towards light in low gravity. They all stretch towards their energy source, similar to how the hybrid is trying to get to the reactor. He reasons that if they can distract it with a large enough radiation source, they can get it away from the ship and hopefully kill it. Warships in the early age of space exploration have to deal with massive targets, and so it's common for them to have both conventional and tactical nuclear warheads. The Rocinante just happens to have a small nuclear warhead, and so Prax and Naomi prepare for a spacewalk to see if they can lure the hybrid out with that weapon.
You just happen to have a nuclear warhead lying around?
We took it out of a torpedo a while back. Good belt never throws anything away. So we'll carry it out onto the hull until we get close to the cargo bay. And then I'll pull the shielding and you'll throw it out away from the ship. And hopefully, if you're right, that creature will go after it.
I thought patching up a bullet wound was gonna be the strangest thing I did today. I keep thinking I'll tell May about this when I get home. Normally my story's about soybeans. She pretends to care. Pretended.
Amos, you there?
I'm right here, Cap.
If this plan doesn't work,
I'll blow the hatch. There's no way this ends with that thing inside this ship.
thank you.
In case I have to kill you, I just wanted to say thanks. You made some pretty stupid choices since you've been in charge, but you were always trying to do the right thing, so.
Yeah.
That came out bad. I mean, you were always trying to be a good man. Not everybody does, thank you. It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
You bet.
Alex, we're ready to go out.
Roger that. Standing by to shut down the drive on your mark.
eyes down.
This isn't my first time in a spacesuit.
It's your first time in space, with no ground, no sky, and no horizon. Eyes down. All right, let's extract the core. Warhead is open.
Guys, it's working.
Copy that. Prax, when I disengage the interlock, the chamber will try to foul shut, so I have to hold it open manually. Keep it steady.
Got it.
When I give the word, you pull the core. Now. Pull it now!
It's out the door. It's headed your way. Okay, here it comes. Get ready.
See it. Steady, Prax. Just let it get a little closer. Wait. No! Prax! What are you waiting for? Pull it! Damn it!
Come on, Doc, do it!
Prax! It's not me!
Firing up the barbecue.
Prax and Naomi spacewalk with a tactical nuclear weapon carried between them to lure and kill the alien monster like it's just another day. While Prax has lived in the belt for most of his life, he has called Ganymede his home for most of it, and spacewalking on a moon is substantially less disorienting than spacewalking on a moving ship. Naomi coaches him through the walk, and they remove the fissile material together. The good news is that the plan works. The bad news is that the plan works. The 9-foot-tall monstrosity comes clambering out of the cargo container, eager to feast on the radioactive warhead. Prax seems to freeze as the monster closes. He is looking in its eyes for a flash of humanity, a sign that it's his daughter or even another lost child. After what feels like an eternity of staring, he sees none and flings the radioactive ball voidward, and the hybrid follows. Alex uses thrusters to flip the Rocinante into position and burns the creature in the drive plume, torching it on an atomic level. For now, the crew is victorious, the monster is dead, Holden is saved. They can torch protomolecule residue off the ship and get back to hunting the protogen perpetrators of these massacres and horrors. If you want to support the channel, please remember to like the video, share it with your friends, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership helps me in the algorithm and is appreciated. Also be sure to check out Counterpoints 40K and Star Wars, linked in the description and the homepage. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or join us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out the other videos on the channel, support our sponsors. I'll catch you in the next one.